Hello. Happy Tuesday for some of us, and happy Wednesday for some more of you, I think. I've lost all concept of time. I, once again, forgot to eat today. I didn't take a break to let the dog out. I just looked up and it was 2:43 in the afternoon. I was like, well, today's shot. Good job. How is my sound, dear husband?
You're a bit quiet, but beyond that,
Quiet?
pretty good.
See. Working with a different setup, obviously. How about that? That better?
It's a bit better.
And let's take this down a notch. There we go. So how's everybody doing? If you're here and you want to say hi in chat. I'm going to be working on a mosaic piece. It's a custom order that I got a while ago, and I've only been able to work on it in bits and pieces as I've had work and other things come up. But I'm really close to finishing, and I want to get it finished. So I am going to work on it and kind of talk to you about some things that I'm doing. Thank you so much for the follow, Kay Breezy. Appreciate it. I will preface this by saying, oh, Shadow, thank you so much for hosting. I appreciate you. Appreciate you a lot. There are a lot of different ways that people can do mosaic work. Hey. To each their own. There is, I think when it comes to things like this, there is no true right way of doing things. You learn the basic methods, the basic techniques, and then you can kind of branch off into whatever works for you kind of situation. So I'm going to preface this by saying that some of these things I'm going to say, do as I say and not as I do, and figure out what works for you if this is something that you're interested in picking up. If you're just here to chill, you get to watch me break glass and try not to bleed, although I do have Band-Aids handy. I've learned this about myself. So I'm gonna adjust the camera a bit. I meant to have a second camera and I did not, but that's okay. So this is what I'm working on. For those of you unfamiliar, it is the seal of the U.S. Coast Guard. I have a friend who is has a family member that's in the Coast Guard, and she asked for this to be able to keep in their home. I don't know if it's her husband or who, but so the basics of how I do this is I actually start, there's lots of material you can do this on. I start with balsa wood when I do mine, and I found these really great circles. They're a perfect size for something like this. I don't even have to cut them down. But with the balsa wood, then you can, it's really easy to get in there with just a basic crafting scroll saw and turn it into whatever you need. Excuse me. I've done crosses. I've done littler squares, and it's really easy to work with. I know the gal who taught me, she uses a really more like thicker industrial material. It's actually like a construction grade material overseas, I think, where it's got like wires running through it and then concrete. That's too much for me. And then I usually draw in pencil on the balsa wood itself, just to kind of give myself a guideline. And then I just go at it. And the biggest thing that I try to do with my pieces, everyone's got a different style for the way that they place their glass. But I try to have different textures in different spots just to kind of break up your eye a little bit. So you can see like here in the middle, let's see. You can see how teeny some of these little triangle pieces are. And then I got, you know, bigger triangles around the ring out here. The top parts of the anchor are just thin little rectangles. The letters are a huge pain in the ass. So, like if you look at the S, you see how tiny some of those pieces are? Like, there's my finger for size comparison. Teeny tiny. So that's how I cut myself usually, is with the teeny tinies. So my goal, things always take longer than I think they're going to. My goal is to do the blue that's in here. So we'll see how that goes. I'm going to find a little playlist for us to listen to, which I noticed on my last video, it got flagged for music that might be copyrighted, so some of the sound got turned off. I used it from the YouTube audio library, the free stuff. That's for that specific reason. So I gotta figure out what happened. But for now, I'm gonna use the same playlist just because it's what I have. So give me just a second here. And if my husband would be so nice as to take that extra video camera that you've got over there and hook it to the side of the table and hook it into my computer, I can add it as another source so I can have a dual camera thing going on.
Sounds good. Give me just a second.
He surprised me on the way home and threw off my game by running out of gas in the middle of the woods where I can't help him because he had my car because his is torn apart in the driveway. And we have 2 other vehicles. 3 vehicles in the driveway, not one of them drivable. So very, very thankful for our neighbor who we've gotten to know, that she went out and brought him gas and so he could come home. That kind of threw off my groove and I lost all of my trains of thought. My trains of thought derailed in a spectacular collision. So if you are out there today in the chat, I would love if you would just let me know how you're doing. Say hi. How's it going? Tell me a joke. Tell me something interesting. I want some interaction because I have been bored for a lot of the day because my brain has been on like Mach 90 and I have not slowed down all day. So I'm crashing and I want to talk to people. I'm not even thinking about what I'm doing. What am I doing? I'm adding, oh yeah, that's right, playlist. Squirrel. So if I add you, I should be hearing it and I'm not. Are you hearing a playlist, honey? Oh, now I hear it. I basically had to turn it off and turn it back on again. You can hear music on stream?
Yep.
Yay.
No music on stream.
I appreciate you all being patient with me these first few days while I get all the bugs worked out. I learn by doing. So, because there's not an easy way that I found out other than making like a burner Twitch account to actually see what's going on while your stream is live. This is how I do it. Is the camera plugged into my computer?
Yep.
Okay. Do. Hey, it worked. There we go. Hello. That looks pretty good.
Yeah, I'd say so.
And then if anyone's in chat, it can go across my face, and that's fine. Oops. I did, I posted this in the Instagram and all the places, but I don't usually do a lot of makeup because I'm at home. I see nobody. I've done makeup like once since March, and even when I do makeup, it's usually just the eyes, and it's like very natural. So doing bolder stuff I haven't done since I was on stage, which is a lifetime ago. But if you can see, I actually did like a red, white, and blue situation. Not only for political things happening in the United States today, but look at this adorable shirt. A little chibi Avengers shirt, or Marvel shirt. And Cap is my favorite. Captain America for life. You'll actually see over there, usually see it behind my chair. That was a mosaic, the first mosaic I've done for me. It's a little Captain America shield. And I want to have a line of, if you're standing there hovering, waiting for me to tell you you can go work in the garage now, you can go work in the garage now.
Okay.
Thank you, my dear. The first mosaic that I did for me, and I want to do a line of them. I want to do Mjolnir and Iron Man's mask and the Avengers symbol and Hulk's fist. And we've got a section of our ceiling up there that kind of drops down for the ductwork, and I want to put it all across the ductwork. So, let me just make a couple more fine-tuned adjustments. Yes, we still have our Christmas tree up. Leave me alone. My birthday's January 13th, and it's typical in our house for Christmas to be until my birthday. So. Okay. So what I kind of do when I'm doing things like this is I start with the basic shapes. I'll cut stuff like I'm mostly trying to do triangles in this section. Let me see if I can adjust here. Try to get both of us lit. It's kind of better, a little bit. It's probably just because it's such a dark blue, but these are mostly little triangles. So what I found, and Mosaic Art Supply is a great store to go to, mosaicartsupply.com, if you want to, not a sponsor, if you want to get really good prices on like bulk bags of tiles. These little ones I really love. I forget what size they are specifically, but they cut really well. They cut pretty evenly. And they're just a good, shiny, smooth texture for me to be able to work with, you know, and keep it kind of even across the board. So I've been cutting these into quarter-sized triangles. So I cut them diagonally, and then I cut them diagonally again, and that's what's been making up a lot of this part here. Kind of got some already cut. What I was told to use for an adhesive, which I swear by, is Weld Bond. Also not a sponsor, but feel free to sell me stuff. or just give me stuff and I will talk about your product because I love it. I use this for a lot actually, but mostly Mosaic Works, and this is not coming off. I feel very safe shipping mosaics like this, and I wrap the snot out of it with like bubble wrap and things like that, but yeah, definitely feel like this is not going anywhere. So I usually work on just pieces of cardboard because I end up getting piles of glue and then I tear them up, and it's just good cleanup. One thing about these bottles though, is even though you push them closed and they've got a little red plastic thing, they still get gunk on top like that. Yeah, so stuff like this. Actually, let's do this since I'm working over here. These are the best nippers that I like to use. There's a lot of different ways that you can break tiles, different styles, but these I find are the best. And with these rotary wheels, they have a little Allen wrench spot here. I forget what it's technically called, but you can rotate them around when they start to get worn, so you can get a lot of life out of these. Spring's nice and cushy. And one of the things that I'm going to do that I'm going to tell you not to do, unless you're really comfortable with it, is you'll notice all the wear and tear, all the scratching. It's kind of blurry, but all the scratching on the bottom of my nippers. It's because if I get a little piece that I just cannot push down in there, I'll take the end of it because it is so cushy and there's some give to it, and I'll just kind of... We were talking the other day about Adam Savage's book, Every Tool's a Hammer. These can be a hammer. But like I said, I would not recommend doing that unless you were very comfortable. That's not something I was taught. That's something I said, I need that glass to go in that spot, damn it. And boom, boom, boom. Yeah. Tweezers. Definitely recommend tweezers. I like the ones that curve, so you kind of keep your hand out of stuff. When you get bigger pieces, obviously you can sit there and monkey around with it with your fingers, but I like the tweezers. Okay, I was going from this direction. I've still got some empty pieces that I need to fill. Really, since no one's really talking in chat, I'm not getting much feedback on what is a good angle for you guys to watch this at, but hopefully if someone has a suggestion, they will speak up. But it's totally fine if you're just here lurking too. I do that all the time. Oops. That's the other thing, when you get the pieces this small and you're applying so much pressure to them to pick them up, I cannot tell you how many little pieces of glass I've lost in the carpet and had to tell my husband when he gets home, don't walk anywhere, gotta vacuum first. All right. So I had another one of those days where everything comes at you all at once, and then as soon as you think you're caught up, then your inbox just blows up with people trying to figure something out, and think you get that under control, and then somebody calls. Life. So I found the breaking glass to be very cathartic. after this, I am doing one more military emblem, and it's the Marine Corps one for a friend who I met in a different Discord channel, who has been in the Marine Corps for a long time, over 20 years. And he is retiring in December, so he wanted a Marine Corps one after he saw some pictures that I'd posted. One thing while I'm thinking about it with this glue, it's fine if you get it on top of the tiles. Like, try not to, because then it just makes your job harder later. But if you do, you go through a step at the end of after when you grout it and get all that in there. Then you're wiping it off with a rag, and then you're also taking. Hey, Jezboo, how are you doing? What you working on? Oh, I probably know what you're working on. Something for me. You go in there with a little dental tool. Yeah, I know what you're working on. A dental tool to kind of, because once you get all the grout in all these little places and you wipe it away, you still want to go in and kind of clean up the detail work and make sure you don't have lumps, you know, and bumps and make it look nice. That is going to take on this thing for freaking ever to do, but it's fine because it's worth it because it makes it look good. So if you do get glue on the top, you know, you'll kind of see it through. Again, this isn't very detailed. It's the color on this camera is making it very dark. It's actually just like a regular old navy blue, but yeah, no worries about glue spillage because it'll sort itself out later. So just remind me what time it is there. I can't remember. I know you're way ahead, but I can't remember by how many hours. There's been times where I've messaged you before when I get off of work and I'm like, oh shit, she's probably still sleeping. I always worry about messaging people on Discord or things like that because I don't know who's got notifications on and who doesn't. And now I'm starting to know more people in different time zones, and yeah, that's not gonna work. It's 2:32. It's 7:32 here. I can do math. So you're 17 hours ahead? Yep. Learned your lesson and put your phone on silent. I get that. The only reason I don't do that is because I am I'm my father's third daughter, but I'm my mother's only child. And there's not a whole lot of family left in my hometown that would be able to go check on my parents if something happened or to go be with them. So I want to make sure that if something happens in the middle of the night that I don't miss that. And I just have not taken the time to figure out ignore all the sounds but this person calling. I haven't figured that out yet. Not that I can't, I just haven't done it. You know what? I'm gonna do this. So I'm getting rather frustrated about the fact that I don't have my capture card yet. I checked, I haven't checked recently, but when I checked a couple times earlier today, since December 31st, it has just been stuck somewhere between New York State and Washington State with no updates. Let's see if there is any kind of update. I really want to be able to play Fall Guys with people. I want to see if we can get enough people together to do an Among Us game, because I've watched a lot of Among Us, but I don't have a lot of people who have wanted to play. Definitely want to sit and zen out and Twitch my Animal Crossing stuff. Oh, what was I watching? I want to get his name right. Yeah, Michael Fossback. I was watching his stream earlier. Hey, Fake Geek Squirrel, good to see you. Thanks so much for the follow. How are you doing? How's the rest of your day been going? I was watching Michael Fossback earlier. He's streaming some Fortnite, and he asked me a bunch of questions at the same time, and I just realized I never answered him about my Animal Crossing island. So I will have to get back to him on that. No updates. It's 11:19 p.m. on Wednesday, December 30th. Package arrived at a carrier facility in Queens. That's it. I'm on the exact opposite end of the country as Queens. Lazy day. I hope I have a lazy day tomorrow. I've had a very busy couple days with work. Just lots. We haven't gotten a lot of volume in for like background checks to do necessarily, but my tasks have just been like one right after another, after another, after another, to the point where I haven't eaten really breakfast or lunch in 2 days. Not because I'm like hungry and I couldn't take the time to do it. My bad habit is I get into how much you actually work on your project that you're streaming, Heather Marie. I get into a groove where I don't want to lose my focus. I don't want to lose my momentum, and I just elect to keep going. And, you know, if I were like really suffering, I would stop and eat, but yeah, just really got into a groove the last couple days, and by the time I looked up, it was almost 3 o'clock, and it's like, oh, might as well not even bother now. I love it when the glass doesn't do what you want it to do, but then it ends up working for something else. That's the other thing too you gotta realize, is that glass is unpredictable. Could be any number of flaws inside the glass that you would never even see that are gonna affect the way that it's gonna break. Even if you score it, it's not always necessarily gonna break that way if the flaw is big enough. So sometimes you just roll with it. I also need to finish, in addition to the blue, I'm also around the outside are like a bunch of almost like rope segments. So I've kind of been, focus. No, you're not gonna focus. Oh, that's right, I focus. This is the old janky camera, that's right. I'm smart. Hey, look at that, will ya? So you can see here, like, it's kind of hard to see with the lighting, but the diagonal, so like this is one rope segment, and then here's another one, and then here's another one, and black grout is gonna go in between there and in this line that's around it. I've started recently experimenting with doing different shades of grout on different parts of the piece. So like this part in the middle, the white here, I'm actually gonna do just white grout so you don't see the lines in between. The blue here, I wanna do kind of a light gray, and I'll probably do that on the anchor too. I'm gonna try to be very nitpicky and do white grout just on the letters, like with a paintbrush. Like grab some grout and just kind of shove it in between the cracks. And then come back and do the black grout in the blue, and then within the rope segments and around the rest of the outside. That's the one good thing about the grout, is it's a sand based grout. So when it dries, it's easy to go in there with the dental pick and kind of scrape away at it a little bit. So if you get a different color of grout on a section, you can just kind of scrape off the top layer and then take a little bit more grout and go back over it so you cover it up. Thank you, Thick Geek Squirrel. I have been working on this for entirely too long because I don't know about you guys, but if you have any hobbies or things that you like to do, especially like creatively, the beginning of the pandemic, I just lost all motivation to do any of my crafting stuff. You know, the time where we were at home doing nothing that would have been perfect to make some progress. No motivation. So for the first few months, I just like played video games and my husband and I hung out at home and that was about it. But now I've got a good balance. I'm used to working at home. I'm used to not seeing a lot of people. And now that I've made a lot of connections on Twitch, even before I started getting active, just watching streamers on YouTube, kind of gave me a little bit of a pick me up. And now I'm kind of back into the swing of things. So, but I let this sit for way too long. And now I'm got a backlog of projects and I want to get through them. So here we go, a scrambling. So I need some little rectangular pieces, so I'm just gonna break this up a bit. Didn't do anything basically all last year and didn't even realize how much I wasn't doing until it was too late. Yeah. I definitely hear that. My funk actually kind of started the Thanksgiving of 2019. I don't know if I've talked about this on stream yet or not, but the week before Thanksgiving in 2019, that's when our oldest dog, Griffin, he was a black border collie golden retriever. For 2 years he'd had diabetes and he was doing good. We were giving him insulin twice a day and he was doing good. And then he just crashed just out of nowhere. He'd even had a good vet appointment like 2 weeks prior. Blood levels were normal. They cleared us actually to not have to even go back for another 6 months and stuff like that after we had just done like a series of gluten panels on him to make sure his levels were right. So he was just drinking a lot of water. He had started peeing in the house, which he'd never done before. Except for the very first day when we brought him home when he was a year old. The first thing he did, he walked in the apartment and he lifted his leg on the entertainment center with the electronics. Nothing broke, but yeah, talk about a wake-up call. So yeah, he had never done that before, like in the recent years. And he wouldn't even want to like walk down the stairs. Off the back of our house, we have a deck that's up in the air, so you got to walk down the stairs to get down to the yard. And he wouldn't walk down the stairs to go potty. He was like peeing on the deck, basically. So my husband would have to lift him up to take him down the stairs. So we had made the decision, I think on like a Sunday or a Monday, that we were gonna put him down later in the week. We got an appointment for that Thursday. And on, I think Wednesday, yeah, I think on Wednesday, it's starting to run together. My car, my friend and my coworker, he was borrowing it and it was pulling off at an exit off the highway, and the transmission totally seized up. And I hadn't really had like hardly any problems with that car at all, so it was really surprising to me. So I was dealing with that, my boss had to take me down to the intersection so that I could, because there was a cop there because it had become stuck like in the middle of an intersection, so they had to redirect traffic and everything, and then I had to get it towed, and then I had to call my husband to come get me, and I was practically in tears by that point because my friend could have died if it would have happened while he was at 60 miles an hour on the highway. So that was stressful. And then getting it home, thank goodness, my husband knew someone who had his own towing company. So he was willing to come all the way out to Spokane Valley, hook up the car, and then drive like an hour with the car all the way out to our place and not charge me like $1,000. So that worked. And so then we had to worry about how broke is it and how much is it for the diagnostic, and what's it going to cost for the repairs and all this, all while the next day knowing that we were going to have to put down our very first pet that we'd had for the longest time together. I've had my oldest cat I've had for longer. And then putting him down was the hardest thing. I'm gonna cry if I talk about it, so I'm not gonna. But that was incredibly difficult for both of us, and just kind of killed my spirit for a little while. So between that and the car, don't do what I'm doing. Don't, unless you're really comfortable. I'm just kind of scraping off the corner of it so it fits down there a little better. There we go. Thank you, Fake Geek Squirrel. It was, and we're pretty okay at taking things one day at a time and not completely falling apart, but it was very difficult. And then, I think I told the story the other day about that night after we put him down. My husband, I had to put him on a train at like 1 o'clock in the morning to go over to the west side of the state to get his mom's car for me to borrow. And then so our other dog was used to having Daddy get up in the morning and take her and her brother out to go outside, and then neither of them were there, so she was kind of losing her mind, and I'm at home losing my mind, and yeah. So that kind of started a funk. It wasn't like, super depressed all the time, but just kind of like, okay, let's just survive today. Let's find something that is fun that we can do, and keep our minds off stuff. And then, okay, we did that. Now let's survive another day. Find something that's fun and it's going to distract us. Let's just get through the holidays. We're not going to, do too much. And then all the COVID stuff started happening. So I was already like kind of on a downward curve. So, but like I said, after watching some streamers and, especially on YouTube, like I was talking about the other day, Adam Savage and Kyle Hill with, he used to do Because Science, and now he broke off when the pandemic started, which was not planned. And he's doing his own channel now called The Facility. And if you haven't checked that out and you're a nerd like me, you definitely want to do that, because he's got some really cool videos. A lot of variety. He's been doing some serious stuff about he's calling it the Half-Life Histories with Kyle Hill, and he talks about. We were talking the other day about the Demon Core. He's done stuff on. He did one the other week on the elephant's foot out of the nuclear waste that was left over by Chernobyl. That's still down there, warm and radioactive. But he still does the fun videos too. He's done some stuff, partnered with Thea Ulrich on YouTube that is a badass woman who makes stuff and is gorgeous, if I may say so, as a woman. And they made, for Cyberpunk, the blades that come out of your arms. So they actually made something that you attach to your arms that had blades that would come out, and Kyle's girlfriend used it to chop a watermelon in half, and you can just see it in slow-mo, and you can see the joy on her face of how easily that cut a watermelon in half. And he speared a skull and it had blood in it, and yeah, that was fun. So lots of fun on that channel. Again, it's called The Facility, and I encourage you to check that out on YouTube. And he's got a Discord that's also fun. It's where I've met a lot of my friends. Jezeboo's from the Discord there. And they really kept me going through this year. So stuff like that brought me back out of my shell again and getting back to normal. And now, but yeah, now I'm sitting here realizing just how much stuff I didn't get done, like Fake Geek Squirrel was saying, and how much time I wasted that I could have gotten stuff done. But yeah, I think that it's okay that we afford ourselves a little bit of a crash period to process things and find our stability again. Nothing wrong with that. That sure did break right now. Nope, I got this piece still. You see why this is taking me so long, is because it's so teeny tiny. There we go. I'm not mad at that though. That's looking pretty good. So, and then sometimes I also, when I get bored with like a section that I'm going through, this I wouldn't do it in because it's so already like planned out. But if I'm doing like a bigger space that I just have to kind of fill with random pieces and I'm getting bored with it, I will, if I'm going through like here, I'll start over here and then kind of block myself in. So then I have to look at the pieces that I've cut and kind of puzzle my way out of it to give myself a little bit of a challenge and figure out, you know, if I have to cut certain pieces down just to break up the monotony a little bit. And like here, I don't know if you can see, but the way that I cut that, it's got a little curve to the inside. So now I'm just kind of looking for, like I'll probably put that here over the D where I want it to curve. So definitely with glasswork, I think some component has to be that you're willing to kind of go with the flow and let random things that happen work in your favor. There we go. There's two different methods to affixing mosaic tiles to pieces of work. This is called the direct method. So you're taking the tiles, you're putting glue on them, and you are putting them directly on your piece. Another way you can do it, called the indirect method, is you take it's like a sticky plastic, I don't know if it's even like the stuff that you put on on your shelves, like a shelf liner, but it's got like a layer of sticky stuff. And you put that sticky side up so that you're putting the tiles down just on the stickiness of the underside of the plastic. And you want it to be clear so you can you can make a drawing on a piece of paper with like Sharpie and put it under it. So when you have the plastic, you can see where your boundaries are. And then you make your whole mosaic on there, and you can like separate out that sticky part just a little bit at a time so it stays sticky. Then when you're totally done, this is the part I always have to talk myself through. It's on the sticky stuff, but you want to transfer it the same orientation to a different surface. So what you do is you take something that is a little bit of a stronger adhesive. I use clear packaging tape, and you put it over the top of your piece. And then you flip it over. And because the stickiness of the packaging tape is stronger than the stickiness of the plastic you put it on, when you peel away the bottom layer, what was the bottom layer, the tile should stay on the packaging tape upside down. Then you put glue on your surface, or you could put it on the tiles, either way, so that when you flip the tiles back the right way over, there's glue in between there, and you mash it down, and then you let it dry so it can get really nice and settled on your piece. Then when it dries, then you should be able to pull the packaging tape away, and the tiles should mostly stay on your surface that you want it to permanently be on. Sometimes you get little tiles that will pull themselves up. You just, put a little glue on them, put them back down, let them dry. So that's a very fussy method, but that also gives you more forgiveness when you're working on a piece. If you know that you're gonna want to kind of move tiles around and see what works and what doesn't, I would suggest, ooh, that's perfect. I would suggest that method so that you have a little more flexibility, a little more time to lift pieces back up and move them somewhere else. You have about maybe 5 minutes of time with these tiles to be able to kind of pry them back up again and put them somewhere else before they dry really solid. And don't get me wrong, anything's possible with like a sledgehammer, but you could pry the tiles back up if you needed to, but then you're probably gonna start cracking them and getting gouges in them. And so I've taught both methods, but I think I just prefer the direct method. It's a little big. I could have put this piece somewhere else in there, but I'm trying to keep these pieces smaller so they're not huge chunky pieces in this section. Sorry, I'm kind of, okay, Jez, sounds good. I don't like getting political at all, but I am kind of trying to keep an eye on what's happening with Georgia. Gary Wood is a good source for that with his retweets. What are they saying about it? What's Google say? Google machine. Still kind of close. We'll see. You're gonna go somewhere over here later, so we'll just leave you over here. If it looks like this part is going really slow, it is. Doing the letters and the stuff around it is the most time consuming. And like I've said before, I am also a recovering perfectionist. And I also don't quite trust the fact yet, and it always works, I don't know why I don't, the fact that grout is gonna fill in and cover up a lot of these tiny little things that I'm trying to fix. But I don't know, I say if you're gonna do a thing, do it right. So I usually just keep picking at it until I'm happy with it. Usually. Anybody else's sleep schedule completely whacked out because of the holidays? I've not been a responsible human being lately on my bedtimes. And that's a testament to my medication that gives me energy to get through the day with the fibromyalgia, because I have not crashed yet, and I don't know how that's possible. I really need to get better at that. Let's do that. I was talking about backing myself into a corner, like here with this piece. It's hard to see the high, but like I put this triangle in here because I liked the curve that it was creating here, but now I forced myself to find a little piece that's about that big. And I'm okay with that. Oh, you haven't been to work since the 30th? Yeah, I was off. I was smart enough this year to have the wherewithal to take the week off between Christmas and New Year's, like I wish I had every other year for the past decade. So I was off starting Christmas Eve day. I took the 24th through this last weekend off. So I let myself get real messed up. Oh, you're fine, Shadow. I appreciate the lurking nonetheless. Yeah, it's really super intricate and nitpicky, and sometimes I kind of hate myself for doing it that way, but by the time it's done, it's completely worth it, so I just gotta push myself through it. I'm really excited for the next piece that I'm gonna do after the Marine Corps one, which is the late night, the very first drawing night that I did, the sunset with the lambs. Shadow, you were there for that one. We made some changes to it today. I haven't actually done it yet, but she wants the mountains to be more purpley black, and the sun to be a little bit lower in the sky, so there's more red and less blue, and the grass to be at a lower level, so there's more water. But that is going to be really fun to do the tile work on. Oh, thanks, Touch812. That's, kind of like me. I'm going to do a little bit of both. So there will be games on this channel where hopefully you all can come join me and some other streamers can join me. But we're gonna do the artwork too. In fact, I think tomorrow I voluntold my husband to do a stream with me, and we're gonna build the gingerbread houses that we didn't build over Christmas because I planned too much for us to do at home. We actually got an Oreo gingerbread kit and an M&M gingerbread kit. So that will, if you want to meet my hubby and all of us sit here and chit chat while we build gingerbread houses, that'll be a good stream to watch. Just a little bit too big. Move on from that one. So what kind of video games do you like playing, Hoach? if there's any mechanics out there that can tell me what I'm supposed to be looking at that my husband just sent me. Because I have no freaking idea. Oh, I think it's the liquid that's in there. There's like orange liquid down in this trough right here, and he says there can be no doubt that isn't supposed to be there. Whoops. Problem solved? Question mark. Oh, you just got the Xbox Game Pass? Yeah, trying a variety. I want to kind of do that too. Oh, Ori and the Will of the Wisp. I saw Kate Stark playing an Ori game the other day, and I wanted to get into that. Is that only on Xbox? Because that I don't have. That's the only platform that we don't have right now. We've got our. I think the last one we have is the Xbox 360, but that's on my to buy list eventually, probably sometime next year. But yeah, I want to go through a bunch of games of more of like the free variety to start with, just because I have to pay to get my air conditioner fixed in the beginning of the spring. Oh, good, it's on PC. Okay, good, because that one looked pretty good, and I wanted to try it too. But yeah, trying a bunch of free games and seeing if anything sticks, seeing if I like anything. I also kind of want to get some Minecraft going again with friends. I know that seems to be a popular thing to be streaming right now, but I've always had a heart for Minecraft. I have a group of gaming friends. We haven't played, ironically enough. This is another thing that would have been perfect to be doing all during pandemic that we have not done once, but I have a group of friends that we've been with for a long time now, all across the country. So a few people in Colorado, and actually Lee's cousin over on the west side of the state, and me, and a couple other people, a guy down in Alabama. We've been playing games for a long time, and we always keep coming back to Minecraft, and they get really into modding out their servers and doing a whole bunch of stuff like that, and it was fun. We played like CivTech Minecraft for a while. That was fun. Ori and the Blind Forest, I think that's the one Kate was doing. Yeah, I've lost all sense of space and time. The space-time continuum is fucked right now from 2020. Yeah, I was thinking, I look back in my pictures back to March about when I was building the Hogwarts castle, right, like when quarantine started. And I was like, that can't be almost a year ago at this point. Like, didn't I just do that a couple months ago? Crazy, man. It's one thing I heard today or read somewhere that, definitely rings true is, 2020 affected every single person on this planet. Everybody was affected somehow in one roundabout way or another. Oh, since I'm right here, I wanted to show you guys something cute that I got for my husband. Work from home has made everything a blur. Abso-frickin-lutely. Like and sometimes I'm not good at putting a good barrier between the parts of my day because my chair over there, that's where I work. That's where I spend my evening. Because with the fibromyalgia, I need to be able to keep my feet up for a while. Like, I'm only going to be able to sit here for like a few hours at the most before I start really hurting. And yeah, it's like, well, get up, switch the cables from one computer to another, sit back down, do something else. Feel like you've been on here for years, but only moved here from Mixer in June. Yeah, that's the appropriate facial reaction. That's the accurate reaction to have to that. Yeah, it was Kyle Hill talking about his stream only starting. It was like at the very last couple of days of February, I think is when I signed up on Patreon, which I did it immediately when I saw the notification from Nerdist that he had left because science, and then I went looking for him. And it's not far off. It's like one in like 2/3, a month and 3 weeks or something. I'm working very randomly tonight. I noticed that I gotta shimmy every once in a while, get the back moving. Sometimes I work like strictly from one side to another. Sometimes I take an area and I just get really random, like, oh, this piece would go good here, and this one would go good like 6 inches over this way, and then it just kind of fills in later. So I don't know why I'm having a random night tonight. I kind of didn't want to, but here we are. This particular piece, it's kind of unfair for me to answer because I've walked away from it for a really long time when I shouldn't have. How about this? If I were to sit and work on this piece of this size and this detail for a couple hours a night during the week and maybe like, 4 to 6 hour stretches on the weekends, it would probably take me a month to finish the whole thing. I've been working on this for basically since quarantine. Well, when did I start? I can tell you when I started because I have pictures. By the way, if you guys didn't see the video of my dog losing her mind with her little squeaky toy, you should go check out my Instagram or Twitter or Facebook. Yeah, so I started this in September. I think the first week of September. It's 4 a.m. Good gracious, Shadow Wolf. Yes, go to sleep. Yeah, you're welcome. I'll try to drop in your stream more often when I see you come up, and thanks for the well wishes. And Hoach, I start with these square tiles. And what I've been doing is, like for this section, a lot of these, I just try to have them be triangles that are like in quarters, basically. So I cut it diagonally. Thanks, Shadow. Have a good night. I hope you get some beauty sleep. I cut it in diagonal, and then I cut that piece again. So there's the 4 triangles. And then I have to, like, some of these have to be little rectangles and things like that. But then, like here, I used squares. Here, they're skinny rectangles that were just like a 1/4 of the size of these tiles. So now if I was doing a different piece, I might start with bigger tiles that are more like that big and do bigger pieces so it's not taking me for freaking ever. But something with this level of detail, you have to start with something that's already small or you're going to be here for even longer. think this might be too big, but we'll see. Nope. So, Hoach, do you play Fall Guys at all? Since you do the PC gaming? Yeah, that's how I got to know it too, was watching Gary play it and his friends. I like that he's started that he got given the private lobby so that he can do some streams and get some of us in there. That was fun. Some of my friends lost their minds when I said, oh hey, I'm just sitting here chilling in a Fall Guys game with Gary Whitta and Felicia Day. Like, excuse me? That was kind of fun. I have not gotten a crown yet, and I would like that to change. I think it will change because I finally just upgraded from only having the keyboard and mouse available to finally getting my button gear and getting a separate gaming controller for my computer, and then starting to play computer games that way. I really like it. It's just it really depends on what kind of a lobby you get in, whether you get people that are just chill and kind of wanting to see how far they can get in the game, or if you get the assholes that are all pushy and grabby and do not misunderstand me. I adore Snowbike Mike. He's a wonderful, caring individual. I'm so excited, so proud and excited for the his move now to Kind of Funny full time. So proud of him, and hope to get to do more stuff with him. But I do not want to ever be in the same round of Fall Guys that he's in, especially on Slime Climb. Every time I play that map, I get so afraid that I'm gonna go up those yellow Twinkies and see that little white and gold bean with the rainbow unicorn and tutu just standing there. I love him though. Yeah, nice and positive guy, aside from the Fall Guys habits. Oh, you got a crown near the release? Yeah, if I would have jumped in right at the beginning, I think I might have had a shot, but now I gotta up my game. I gotta get good. I've been really close multiple times. Very, very close. I had my hand outstretched on, what's it called? Fall Mountain? Where you go up the thing and you got the crown at the end that's going up and down. I had a hand outstretched. I was very, very, very close on, was it Hexagon or was it Thin Ice? It was one of those two the other day. Is my sound okay? Can you hear the microphone? I'm gonna move it down a little bit. There we go. Yeah, that final leap, and especially since I heard, I never got there enough to know it's good. Thanks. I never got there enough to know the difference, but I heard that they changed the pacing of how it goes up and down, and that threw some people off for a little bit. But I'm sure they figured it out after playing it like twice. Yeah, I would love to get to a point in my life where I could do just sit there and game more often without having to worry about stuff, but we'll see. I'm looking at some different things that might be coming up that might allow me some more flexibility, but we'll see. We shall see. I shouldn't say that too much. Because you never know. You plan for things and then they go sideways. So I figure the less I put it out there in the universe, the less chance there is for it to get all borked up, right? Oh, it's coming together. You know what else I would love to do for a stream at some point? I've got, if you guys don't know what the diamond paintings are, actually I am out of tiles that are pre-cut, so I'm gonna back this up a little bit so you can see the tile cutting. If you guys don't know what diamond paintings are, it's the grid kind of looks like a cross-stitch map where it's just all squares, and each square has a symbol that's a different color and a different like icon, and then there's a key that tells you what color the different icons are supposed to be. It's one thing with doing the nippers is you always want to kind of cup your hand around everything while you're snipping it so that pieces don't go flying all over creation. Wear glasses or safety glasses. So that mat that the grid is on is super, super sticky, and it's covered with a piece of plastic that you can just kind of pull up gradually as you work on it. And it's got a pen with a little, it's like concave, and you put this like putty stuff in it, and then you pick up the little gems, which are kind of rounded on top, or squared depending on the company you buy it from. And then you just put them down in the grid to match the colors. And I have a huge, like 2x3 foot Disney one that is 6 different panels of Disney princesses. And I want to finish the last 2 so I can get it custom framed and put it up in my hallway. So I might, on a day where like Miss Envy wants to get together and do like chill out streams, that might be a project I work on while we're doing that. Yeah, so spring in the middle, and when you clip them together, there's just, I don't know if you can see that, there's just barely space in between these blades. Like I can fit my fingernail through there and that's about it. So they don't fully touch, but they put enough pressure, and they are ground down to like a really fine point on both sides of the wheel. So it scores it while it's putting pressure on it, and then it makes it snap down the middle of the line of wherever you're putting your pressure. And these are adjustable, so you can loosen these and you can rotate the wheel a little bit. Like if this is getting worn down, you can rotate it a little bit and be able to use up your whole wheel before you have to replace it again. Get this set at like Home Depot for $10. So see, I want to make sure that the fine point of the the wheel is on the line, oops, on the line where I want it to cut. So right there, and then you got your two little triangles. Oh Lord, no. No, there are scoring tools when you're doing something like stained glass and you're using bigger pieces, and you buy like the glass panels that are about, you know, that thick. There is a tool. There are several different ways. So the one that I prefer is the one that you actually hold it like a pen, kind of. But there are some that almost look like they have a gun grip to it, and they have a little diamond wheel on the end of it, and you do kind of run that across the glass to score it. And then you take, it almost looks like a pair of pliers, but there's a top plate and there's a bottom plate, and they're angled just enough in the middle so it dips down and it kind of puts some pressure in the score that you just made, and then it snaps the glass in half. So that's for the bigger pieces of glass, and it is kind of like you're cutting it with a knife, but it's just a little rotary wheel that's diamond coated or whatever. But when they're this small, just crack them in half. And this is when you have a bad day and you just want to like break shit. This is very cathartic. I've come home and cut like a half a bag of tiles before just because I needed to get some rage out. And so even still, with kind of as careful as I'm being, you know, you're still gonna get them cutting in different ways, and you can see how these are all still kind of a little bit different sizes, just because of you can only control the break so much. Like this one's, you know, smaller than this one, and this one's a little bit bigger. So, which is good for what I'm doing, but if you want something that's like perfectly like 90 degrees by like, and then like 45-degree angles and stuff, you're probably not going to get that much precision unless you are extremely meticulous, and sometimes not even then, because you can't control what glass does if there's imperfections in the glass. You know what I've always kind of wanted to do, which I might someday, is do this to like a patio table, like a little bit bigger than this, and then I would use like the bigger pieces of glass and not these little tiny tiles, but just do this for a table and then like epoxy it when it's all done. Use it for a colorful decorative patio table that I made. Maybe one summer, if I have free time and I want to do an outdoorsy project, I can turn that into a series of streams. That is such a satisfying sound. Love that sound. Time's at 8:30. I'm probably gonna finish up here by about 9 o'clock. I let myself go way too long last night before sitting back and relaxing and doing some things that I normally would do during the day. Like I didn't get to my Animal Crossing until after midnight, so I missed whatever was in the store yesterday, and like it still counted me on the ATM in Animal Crossing as it being the same day, so I didn't skip a day. But and then I was like looking stuff over on my stream and wanting to tweak a couple things, and I ended up going to bed close to 3 o'clock in the morning, which is asinine for someone with my condition, and I don't know how I'm still functioning. So we gotta curb that. So I'm gonna cut it off probably about in a half hour here and do my Animal Crossing, which I could stream if I had a video capture card that is somewhere between New York and Washington. But I think that'll kind of be cool when I can do the Animal Crossing in the evenings, because then we'll have like Gary Whitta in the morning, and then Miss Envy in the middle of the day, and then me in the evening. I know there's so many other people out there who stream Animal Crossing, so I shouldn't limit it to just the three of us, but it's the three of us that I would know, like, within my circle. Although I did hear Gary say that with stuff that he has to be doing right now, it might even be like Animal Crossing, instead of Animal Crossing mornings, it might be like Animal Crossing at any random point in the day, or like just Animal Crossing afternoons. So, who knows? Who knows? I've missed his streams the last couple of days, though. I got used to seeing him stream Animal Crossing pretty much every day while I was home on vacation. Now I've missed him for a couple days. Back here. You watched after work, yeah. Yeah, when I first started watching his streams, I actually went back to, like, I go like a couple weeks back in his VODs, just like when no one else was streaming and I wanted to have somebody on, even though I knew it wasn't live and I couldn't interact with chat. Like, I'd still put those on anyway. All right. Let's get this down a little closer again. Yes, the Among Us streams. I'll tell you what, though. Did you watch the one this last Sunday with the Guild and Felicia Day? They were feisty. Good Lord. Like, that game is gonna ruin friendships. But yes, I love watching him play when I know what's going on. Like, I can see who he is and what he's doing, and then hearing him talk. Yeah. What am I doing? Let's see, can I get a little square piece off that? I probably can. It really is, because if I didn't know what was going on and I heard him talk to me like that, I'd be like, okay, you're not an imposter, I got it. I'm sorry. Just for some reason, to me, Gary gives off the vibes of like when my dad's disappointed in me. I'm like, I don't want him to be disappointed. Which didn't happen very often. I'm a good kid. I was a good kid. I didn't really get in trouble or anything. I was boring. No, I don't like that. However, remember I said let mistakes work in your favor? Oh, that's perfect. Look at that. Nestle right in there. Like a glove. Hey, Jezeboo. Did you talk about having a headache earlier, or was that someone else on a different day? I can't remember. I know a lot of people have been lately. My boss had one today. I was talking to her for a little while, and I get them with casein addition. It was you. Is it feeling any better? Did you get some rest and like knock it out? My right hip is a little bit cockeyed, and like I can walk fine, and you know when I stand, like my one shoulder's like a little bit lower than another. Drugged up and kept on. That is the motto of my life. But it pulls on everything and it moves. So like one day it'll pull up and down on like my right side and like all the way down my leg. Another day it will just piss off my entire low back horizontally. Another day it will go diagonally up my back and like pinch into my shoulder blades. Another day it's pulling on my rib cage. But there are days where it will go up one or both sides of my neck, and this will just get like rock solid hard and then start pulling on the back of my head, and then it comes around like to my eyes, and it's a bullet train that I can't stop at that point. So the only way I've found to knock it out is to take 2 Excedrin, 2 ibuprofen, 2 mouthfuls of the CBD oil tincture. It's a CBD without THC because I can't be on drugs, be on any kind of marijuana with the job I have. And then like sit in a dark room for a half an hour and maybe it'll go away. Other than that, I just have to sleep. Like it doesn't go away until I sleep. I know what it is, why I'm being more random. Instead of seeing what kind of a tile I need for a certain spot, I'm picking up a piece of a tile and then seeing where I can put it. It's interesting how our brains work and we can come at something 2 different ways on 2 different days for like no reason. Nope, maybe it won't. I know what I want to do there. Hey, buddy. Do you guys want to see my doggy? Minerva. Come here, pup. Hi, sweetie. Do you want to be on camera? She's upside down. Hi, sweetie. Can we say hi to everybody? Look at that face. Oh, thank you. My sweet puppy. All right, lay down. Go lay down. Go girl. Like I said, if you didn't watch the video a little earlier that I posted tonight of her losing her mind, I'll see if I can get her to do it here before we stop. But I've discovered that with a squeaky toy, when it squeaks, her tongue pops out, like squeak tongue, squeak tongue. And she kind of was a little rowdy when I was taking the video earlier, so she only did it a couple times, but I can get her to do that for like a good couple minutes. Oh, now I got this all fucked up. What did I do? That's good enough. All right, I really want to at least get this far, so I'm just gonna focus on this area. So it would be nice to have some form of satisfaction by the time I leave, and having a completed section to look at usually does it for me. Yeah, it drove me nuts not finishing even that penguin drawing that I was doing last night. But by the time I got to where I was like, oh, I can't see straight anymore. I gotta be done. It's kind of the point I got to at work today. Finally at 4 o'clock, there were like 3 little things left to do, and my coworker was kind of working on them, and I told him, I was like, dude, I can't read anymore. I forgot to eat. My dog and I both have to pee. Like, I'm just gonna leave, and I'll look to see if there's anything for me to review when I sit back down in like an hour. I go that way? I want to go that way. You go to bed. It's like almost midnight for you. Go to bed. Use your TENS machine and get tired. Have you tried 11 yet? Use 11. That'll knock your muscles right into tiredness. How was your evening, Miss Envy? Oh, gotcha. Yep, I do mine on my own when I just do the low back, but when I have to get it up on my shoulders, I can put them there. But then by the time I sit down in my recliner and I've pulled on everything, they get all out of place. So I have to wait on my hubby too. What is Josh streaming tonight? $15. Is that getting into the like the Tai Chi section? The Tai Chi massage or whatever it is? Oh, I know where this is gonna go. Yeah, I don't even know. Oh, the cupping. Okay, so that's different. There's like a Tai Chi massage section, and I don't even know what that's supposed to like simulate. Like, I've had cupping done before. I know what that's probably gonna feel like. I can guess what acupuncture is gonna feel like. I know what like the shoulder massage one. I have no idea what, like, I thought Tai Chi was an exercise. How is that massage? Maybe you can explain it to me. For those of you that have no idea what we're talking about, I had started using, when I went to the doctor last time, like a month ago, was talking to the nurse beforehand when she was taking my vitals and everything, and she has some similar pain issues that I do. And she said, you need to get a TENS unit. And what that is it's a little machine that it's almost the size of like the late 2000s cell phone, just like that big, like the little Motorola type thing. And it has a bunch of different settings on it. I think there's like 24 settings, because I think it's 6 sections with 4 each. And they have these, they're wires. I think you can hook either 3 or 6 up at a time. Hey, ST Rockstar, good to see you. They have these little pads that are like a little like mini electric shocker type things, and you put them all over your body, and you can control which mode that you have it on and what the intensity of the pulses are, and it's supposed to help relax your muscles. And that, like, it gives you the book that says like, oh, if you're recovering from a workout, you can use these ones. If you're recovering from surgery, you know, you can use these ones. If you want to get sleepy and get relaxed, use these ones. So that's what we're talking about, is the different modes. Didn't feel like acupuncture, but you liked it. Is it just like little tiny rapid pulses? Like, how does the acupuncture one work? No, Heather, stop it. You're doing this section. Stop it. I'm gonna do this. There. How are you doing, ST Rockstar? How was your day? Or where are you? Are you just starting your day? Are you in the middle of the day, or is it the end of your day? I will get used to where everyone's from. At least the region of the world. I think Miss Envy, kind of Pulsey. Yeah, okay. I think Miss Envy, if you do that map idea in your Discord where we can see like the region of where everyone's from, that's gonna help me. This keeps falling out. There we go. Yeah. If you want any help with any of that at all, I'll be around. Still no update on my capture card. It still just says it's in transit somewhere between New York and Washington. Hey, Wisp Music. How are you doing? I see you on my Instagrams. How's your day going? This, by the way, is a glass mosaic. I'll show you the whole thing there. It's the Coast Guard seal. And I'm almost done. I've got to finish the blue. Is it? Thank you for saying that. I had it up higher. I've got everything flip-flopped from where I normally do. Thank you guys. It's very meticulous and I've been working on it for a very long time that I should have been working on it more consistently, but I've got this much blue to fill in here, and then the rest of the outside is these little rope segments where you can see like there's one and there's one. Dang it, woman! Now, I appreciate you telling me it's compared to my music, yeah. Well, my husband was in here helping me with volume levels, and he said it was fine, and then he left. So I haven't had any feedback since then. No, I like it when you tell me what I'm doing wrong, because then I can do better. I definitely take constructive criticism. So yeah, these rope segments will go all the way around, and then in the middle, to fill in the detail, this is all going to be black grout. And I'm going to do white grout in the white spots, and then kind of a light gray in the rest of it. Never trust the husbands. What's funny is that my husband is the sound guy at church when we do the music stuff. So you would think. I'm not gonna finish that sentence. Were you here when I had my dog? I had my dog out a few minutes ago. Did you miss her? So whacked out now too. Minerva, I'm gonna do this one this time because it'll be easier to adjust. Come here. Hi, sweetie. You want to say hi again? Come here. Hi. Oh, my camera's off now. Why is my camera off? What'd I do? What did I do? I don't know. Minerva. Come in, my puppy. We'll use this one again. She'll be upside down, but you can see her. Here. Hi, sweetie. Yes. Hi. She's upside down, but there she is. My beautiful puppy. You were sleeping, huh? Because you're kind of cranky. You're kind of cranky. Right. Yeah, I'll get her, hey, Michael. I was talking about you earlier. I realized, like, half an hour ago that I never answered your question about my Animal Crossing island. We were talking about steak quesadillas too much. Which, did my cat walk by? Well, one of them. Probably, Denozo. Yeah, so my Animal Crossing island, I just restarted like 9 days ago, so it's not very impressive. And even before that, I only played for 2 weeks, and then I stopped because I had just gotten the Switch and a PlayStation 4 around the same time, and I hadn't been gaming for like, I don't know, probably, I hadn't done any console gaming for probably at least 5 years. So I had a lot to catch up on. I did like Horizon Zero Dawn, I did The Last of Us and The Last of Us 2. Yeah, lots of that kind of stuff. So I didn't want to go back to my island that I had only started for 2 weeks and then have all the like villagers be pissed off at me. I know, that's a lot to play. I am really upset that my camera just like shut off, my good camera. Uno momento, por favor. Yelling at the husband to come in and see if it got unplugged from the computer somehow. Yes, so much to play. Which I will catch up on when I get my capture card. I'm gonna be grumbling about that for the rest of the week, so, you know, just be prepared. I don't think he heard me because he's probably got his earbuds in. Help. So Michael, how was the rest of your stream? Did you guys Fortnite it up? Was it just the two of you, or did you get any other friends coming in? Yeah, you're welcome. Yours a good stream too. I like your interaction, even though it was just me. Yeah, once I get my capture card, I'm always open for gaming. If you ever, I don't hate me, do not hate me, but I haven't played Fortnite. But there's plenty of other games that I do play, and I'm always down for co-streaming or even just, you know, streaming with someone and being in a Discord and having the voice going. But always up for anything. Oh, I gotcha. Yeah, gotcha. Little husband, this camera just like shut off when I turned it to get Minerva on camera. Will you check the wires and see if it like unplugged from something, or did it get caught or something? This connection was fine. I don't know if it got pulled from the computer. It's this one going around the back. Oh, Fortnite newbie? Good, now I don't feel so bad. It's one of those things I'm like kind of afraid to get into because, here, I'm just gonna try removing my camera and adding it again. That worked with something else yesterday. Nope, not, yeah, hang on. I get so afraid to try it because I think, oh, it's just going to be a bunch of teenagers who have been playing for like 5 years and they're going to stomp all over me. Thanks so much for stopping by, Jezeboo. I appreciate you. Cannot wait to see when you're done with that, but take your time. I want you to enjoy the process. It's still frozen. Will you unplug it completely and plug it back in? This? To get stomped on though. Maybe we can all like get on and play together and all get stomped together. No, unplug it from the computer completely.
Yeah, that's what I did.
You did. We'll do it again.
Okay, unplugged.
Huh?
Unplugged.
Okay. What a
Plug back in.
Fortnite. Oh, this makes me mad. This is a brand new camera. It's probably just not going to be happy until I restart my computer, which I'm not going to do right now. So I'm just going to deal with it.
Okay.
I'm going to take this off here now. Bye-bye. So I'll just turn this back up to me when, and now I've unleashed this from the table. I'll just turn this back up towards me when I say goodbye in a little while here. I'm gonna keep going past 9 o'clock. It's because now all the fun has arrived. So what other games do you all like to play? Because I'm trying to figure out what else I want to do with my stream. I've got, it's Streamlabs. And I already took the source out and added it back in. The only other way I've had it get fixed is, oh, you got your Zappy set, yay, hope it works. The only other way I've been able to fix it is to shut Streamlabs off and then turn it back on, and I really don't want to stop and start my stream. So this is okay. It's you're the fun. You brought the fun. You came in and like everybody followed you. We've had some good conversations throughout the night too. I was talking to people about like the different techniques for cutting glass and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, Rockstar, we were talking about the TENS unit that I use and that I got her that has the little electrodes on it. You can put them on different parts of your body and simulate different massage techniques to help loosen up your muscles and stuff and help with pain relief. But yeah, let me know what other games you guys like to play out there, because I'm trying to figure out what else I want to do with the stream just besides like Fall Guys and Animal Crossing and Among Us. I know I'm going to want to do some Mario stuff, like just some solo Mario play. I've never done any of the Luigi's Mansion stuff, but I got the third one for the Switch. So I might go through that. I'd love to do some Mario Kart with people. I got the Mario Kart 8 on the Switch. Yeah, that's the problem. There's too many. Mario Odyssey, I think I have that now. Was that in the Switch bundles that they had in like November or whatever when all the anniversary stuff was on sale? Because I did get those. I got so geeked when I saw that they had all the old school Mario games on that, like the Nintendo emulator that had all the old classic games. I was playing those for hours. I don't know. It had different things in it. It had, I know the 3D All Stars was in there. Maybe it was 3D All Stars and like Mario Galaxy. So I don't know if Odyssey was in there. I know there were 2 packs, and one of them had Mario 64, which was a big one. Yes, you're right, Wisp Music. It was 64 Sunshine and Galaxy, but there was another one that had 3D All Stars. Oh wait, yeah, no, but there were 2 packs, wasn't there? Because I know I have that one, but I thought there was another one you could get. Yeah, I'm not either anymore. No, I didn't. I don't want to look because it's going to depress me too much. I can't go. Although, one of the things I did during even like close to the beginning of quarantine is Lee and I had a night where we went down a YouTube rabbit hole of like Disney World and Disneyland and Universal Studios roller coasters. So you get like the first person view of sitting in the roller coaster and going around. We watched those videos for like 3 hours. Now I'm probably gonna go watch it though, guys. You know I'm going to. I'm doing it again. Why is no one stopping me from working on this part of the word? I'm supposed to finish the E through the T. All right, those are all gonna be teeny little triangles, so let's make some teeny little triangles. Yeah, I can get down a major rabbit hole with those videos, with, especially since my family, my dad had a business convention in Orlando every March, and so we would, they would get me out of school for like 2 weeks, and we would drive down there. We had one of those big conversion vans that had like the VCR in the back. So we would drive down there over a couple days. We would be down there and we'd go to like all the Disney parks and Universal Studios, and then go to like Cocoa Beach for like a week and a half, and then drive back. And then when I would get back, I'd be in school for like a day, and then it was spring break. And my teachers never made me turn in homework like on that one day from what I missed. So I would like, sometimes it did fall where I did have to do homework in Florida while we were there, like periodically, but yeah, there were times where I would just like party in Florida and then do all my homework catch up when I got home while everyone else was on spring break and I had already been on vacation. And some kids hated me because I was tan all year round for like 10 years. So yeah, doing all the roller coasters and stuff. Even now they've got, you know, a bunch of new stuff. Doing all that, watching those videos gives me like major nostalgia factor. Plus, you know, some of you heard this already. My husband and I had our honeymoon at Disneyland. So get some of the feelies from those videos. When we went, they let us get into our own little It's a Small World boat by ourselves, and gave us like little like just married pins and stuff. Okay, I need to get smaller. I did get to go down to the Harry Potter world in Orlando in 2010. So that was, they had built the first part of the park, but it was before they did Diagon Alley. I've not been back there since, and I really want to go. But my condition to myself is that I am going to lose a bunch of weight first, because it's hard for me to travel with fibromyalgia as it is. I really want to get like a significant amount of weight off before I travel and try to be gone that long and walking around and trying to deal with a pain and fatigue disease along with it. And we're going to go in like January when it's cold. Last time we went, just because of the time of year we had the money from when my husband got his separation pay from the military, we were in Orlando in August. And it was miserably hot. Like 2 showers a day. I did, and you know what? That was the first major thing that I tried to do on my new drawing tablet. I had no idea I could do that. Like, if you pull it up on my Twitter or my Instagram and look at the some of the details, the shading and stuff, yeah, I had no idea I could do that until now. I have a friend, Jezeboo, who was in here earlier. She's doing some of my other graphics for me on my main page, the Crafty Gamer Lady words. I designed that, but she turned it digital, and she did the balls of yarn that are in the background, based on something I sent her. And then I drew on pencil and paper a larger, poster size thing of me with the scarf around my face and the messy bun, basically falling backwards into a pile of my own hobbies, into yarn and computer gaming controllers and keyboards and paintbrushes and stuff like that. And that's what she's working on. And I was gonna have her do the logo too. And I said, well, I haven't designed the logo yet. Let me take a crack at it and let me see what I can do on my own. And I shocked myself. So you never know until you try. Don't be afraid to just give it a go, because you have no idea what you're capable of. Yeah, I was so jazzed. And what sucked is I didn't finish it until 2 in the morning, so nobody I knew was awake for me to talk to and be excited with. Look at the thing I just did! My mom would have killed me if I called her at 5 o'clock in the morning her time. Thank you so much. I'm hoping to get better at stuff. One of my other projects, in fact, the video that I did yesterday, I'm working on some coloring book pages that Miss Envy can use on her stream when we want to just have a chill stream day where, a few of us get on and we all just do adult coloring book pages and sit and talk for a while and stuff. So I'm using my drawing tablet to do that. Oh, the cupping wasn't working for you? You should try 11. Maybe not tonight if you're already frustrated with it and you just want to feel something that works, but when you're up for trying something else, I would try 11, because that really works for my back muscles. It's a slow pulsing for a few seconds, and then it gets a little bit faster, and then it's really, really rapid, and then it calms down. And then it's slow, and then it kind of builds up a little bit, and then it's really, really rapid, and then it slows down. And that really gets all the knots and everything worked out, but then it relaxes it at the same time. And by the time I'm done, I feel like I just got an hour-long massage. Yeah, I want to try all of them too, but I'm I really like this and it works, and I don't want to fuck with it. So we'll see when I get adventurous. Probably during a time where I don't have to be responsible for something in case I end up hurting myself. It's the thing, Michael, with the little it looks like a little cell phone, but it's got all the wires on it that you can attach to the little electrode pads all at different parts of your body, and then it pulses in different ways to help with pain relief and relax your muscles and all that kind of stuff. Hey, Miss Envy, you said you use a music playlist from Spotify, right? Have you ever had any problems with that? Because I'm using free music from the YouTube audio library in the free section, and my video yesterday got flagged for having something that's possibly copyrighted. And it's actually the same playlist we're listening to right now. I just didn't see that until I was about to go live, and I was like, well, guess we're gonna fix that later. Anyone else have any music suggestions for streams that's not going to get me in trouble? Because I really don't want to go down that road. Oh, that was a test for you today too? Okay, well, I guess we'll all learn together. Because I can't work on art projects without something going on. Like, even if I'm talking, the silence in between. Yeah, I checked out, I ended up finally using some of their sound effects. I was serious about wanting to get Batchild to do like some Mickey Mouse sound bites for me. I would love to see if he would actually be willing to do that, but I resigned myself to just using some of Twitch's. So, but I'll probably go through and check out their playlist too, just so I know that I'm not gonna have any grief to deal with. I got enough fussing around to do with this. I don't need any more hassle. All right, thanks so much for stopping by, Hoach. Hope to see you in some other streams doing some relaxing, artsy stuff for your background noise. Oh, he has Miss Envy? That's very exciting to me. I will pay him to do that because he was impressive. I was just like staring at my screen with my jaw on the floor, like, holy crap. Mickey Mouse just walked into my living room. I think I might have him do like the goofy, I'm not even gonna try to do it, the chuckle, and then when he says gorge, for like when someone follows me, maybe. I don't know, that might get obnoxious over time, I don't know. Oh, Elmo, oh hell no. No, a Tickle Me Elmo ruined Elmo for me. I cannot listen to Elmo. Kind of like this, where it's just kind of zen, background, chill, to have on while I'm working on art projects. Nothing real super poppy or rocky or anything. Why, you got some stuff for me? Yeah, lo-fi zen. Yeah, kinda. Yeah. I also wouldn't mind like a little, like, I don't know if you know Nickel Creek, where kind of just like that gentle folksy guitar type music, you know. They actually sing in their songs, but that kind of feel, just like a sitting by a river, you know, picking at a guitar, kind of not too country twangy, but heavy metal, yeah, probably not so much for me. Although I did pick the rock intro soundbite for when someone raids me. By the way, if you guys haven't followed, I'd appreciate a follow. I think most, if not all of you have already, but just throwing that out there. I gotta get used to mentioning that every once in a while. I'm over 50 and I'm so excited. You guys, I was just blown away. I know I've said this before, completely blown away by the support before I even had a channel started, just by people that I'd gotten to know in chats, and like Gary Widow was a huge part of that, for talking me up and for having, like, wanting to do a stream with good vibes and stuff. Before I even did my first stream, I had 33 followers, and I about cried. So this has exceeded my expectations for how this was gonna go, and Miss Envy is a big part of my final, like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna pull the trigger and finally do this, because I had been on the fence, and I even like talked to my husband about doing it a couple months ago, and then kind of like, I don't know if I got discouraged or just kind of like, no, I don't think I'm gonna ever have any followers or anyone to watch me, so I just kind of like meh and didn't talk about it anymore. And then I started getting back into watching the streamers again, and between everybody I had met, it's just Girl, same. Same. Yeah, so that really kind of just, between her and Snowbike Mike on the same day, saying, yeah, you should go out there and do it. Just get her done and go do it like that. That did it for me. Gary Whitta actually did, Michael, because I actually started to know of Gary from the old Tested days. I listened to the This Is Only a Test podcast when we moved out here to the country. Yeah, it was absolutely. I can't check it until I'm off the stream, but I will definitely take a look, and I would love that. Yes, Tested. Oh my God, Tested. I love Adam Savage. And when because when Mythbusters ended and my life was over, I tried to keep tabs on what Adam was doing, and then I found Tested, and after I watched some of the website, then I found out that he had a podcast, and then after listening to his podcast, I found out that Will and Norm had another podcast, and that's about the time that we moved out to the country. Yes, I was a latecomer to that, but it was about 4 years ago now is when I started getting into all that. We moved out to the country, and all of a sudden I had an hour commute each way to and from work. So I started listening to the This Is Only a Test podcast from the beginning. Oh, dude, don't even get me started. Adam is my spirit animal. He is... I'm pretty cool around meeting, people who are like big influence people. I've met a few. If I ever met Adam Savage, I would probably burst into tears. He means so much to the maker community and to encouraging people and just being a good, wholesome, funny, encouraging, lovable teddy bear who isn't afraid to admit making mistakes, which makes us feel better about learning how to do things. I will praise him to the rooftops until the day I die. So I listened to that, and then I started listening to This Is Only a Test from the very beginning, back when it was Will and Norm and Gary, and then some of the Giant Bomb guys, and then listened to Octobercast, the 24-hour marathons for charity, and hearing the space rock story, and now that's actually a product that Gary had sold at a convention. And so when I saw that Gary was doing Animal Talking and saw that he was streaming other things, that's when I started getting on Twitch, because I had known of Twitch, but I was just like, oh, that's just a place for teenagers who want to make $1 million gaming to go and try to become famous. But now I've realized it's so much more. So that's kind of where I got started and everything. And then by listening to Gary, then I got turned on to Snowbike Mike and Kate. And then now, one day Gary raided Miss Envy, and that's how her and I have started becoming friends, and we want to, stream and do stuff together now. And that's how I'm meeting you all is through that whole group. So I appreciate all of you. It warms my little heart to know that something that I've wanted to do for a long time, share my art and play games with people and connect with more people over the world, is that can actually be a thing, and not just a oh, wouldn't it be nice if. So I appreciate every single one of you, and I look forward to being able to get in there and start gaming with you and doing more stuff together. The Basement Days of Whiskey Media, heck yeah. Like I said, I was a latecomer, so I just know about all that after the fact, but I definitely went back and watched all the YouTube videos too. I, however, realize that I have let that fall out of my viewing and listening repertoire, so I'm backed up to about October on tested content. I started listening to the podcasts again the other day, but then I got interrupted by Gary Whitta streaming something, and then Miss Envy came on. I'm like, well, there goes that. I've backed myself into so many corners here. I was saying earlier on the stream, though, if you missed it, that this is how, when I need to like break up the monotony of just like going row by row or whatever with these little squares, I'll like throw something random. You know, you don't really want to do it when you're trying to make a grid, but with something else, I just throw a piece like randomly in the middle, and then I have to figure out how to work my way around it and like back myself into a corner. Like you, which part? Oh, a ton of people, yeah. Oh, sorry, I missed a couple lines, yes. Yes, absolutely, yes. 100% yes, agreed. Especially for someone like me who I've become a lot more, you wouldn't know it by how much I've been talking. I'm actually have gotten a lot more introverted as I've gotten older. I was very extroverted and I was a performer and stuff when I was younger, and I think people just kind of wore on me over time. Like, I had a lot of bad experiences with friends just kind of deciding it was okay to walk out of my life without so much as a word when they were very important to me. That's happened a couple of times. And it's, you know, I've come to terms with the fact that they had their own shit going on, and maybe they didn't like that I was trying to keep them accountable to their actions and looking out for them and wanting them to take care of themselves, and that's okay. I forgive them for that, but yeah, that was very hard on me, and it just kind of started shutting me down after a while, to wanting to make new friends and be in social situations. And then after the fibro kicked in, I was actually in the first trip that I took after I got diagnosed with fibro, and I didn't think it was as big of a deal, was to Albuquerque. When it was extremely hot. Remember that weekend when in, yeah, what even is time? When it was so hot in Phoenix a couple of years ago that like the street lamps were starting to droop and trash cans were melting. That's the week that I was in Albuquerque. And heat and fibromyalgia do not mix. All of my nerves were screaming at me. My fatigue was off the charts. And we had all been in like a big convention center for an opening service. And we were waiting for, a bus to take us back to the hotel. And it was just so long of a wait, and people were crowding out the doors and like bumping into me and pushing me, and it got to the point where like if one more person touched me, I was gonna turn around and like punch him in the face, and I'm not a violent person. And I got back to the hotel room, and I had 3 roommates, and one of them was in there, and I just went in the door, threw my stuff on the bed, went in the bathroom and slammed the door, sat on the lid of the toilet and just bawled my head off for like 5 minutes because I was in so much pain and I was so over people, and like that's how much it got to me. And so that kind of also was a key element in starting to shut me down from social situations where there's lots of people around. I don't know if now that I'm on medication and now that I've kind of come to terms with what I deal with, if I could handle something like Comic-Con. I would like to, but I don't know if I would have the energy level. So, you know, if there even is going to be a thing like Comic-Con anymore again, I'm sure there will be someday. But yeah, I remember my poor roommate, I felt so bad for her that she was having to like try to calm me down through the bathroom door, but I just kept saying, I want to talk to my husband. I'm not going anywhere without my husband again. Like, it just, I have never been that inconsolable in my life. But we move on. So now at least, you know, now I know my limitations. All right, what was I look? Oh, I was looking for, I cut a piece and it dropped and the other part ended up in my thumb. So where did the piece that I wanted go? I don't know. We'll make another one. Yeah, no, I know it's you, Tim. Yeah, you can just use my my email that I had sent you. By the way, your dude never got back to me about what he wanted for a prize, and I emailed him twice, and I think I copied you both times. So I don't know if you know like what's going on with that, or if you want to touch base with him, because I still want to give him his prize, but he never replied, or you know, I never received it at least. Just so you guys know, Tim is on our I was telling you guys about the Extra Life team that I'm on with my friends from college. He's on that team. And he did a poker tournament, an online poker tournament for part of his campaign. And I hosted one of the prizes. That was the winner got to choose between two different things. And the first place winner chose mine. And he... yeah, he mentioned that to me, and I said, well, if I'm frustrated that the guy's not getting back to me, I'm sure Tim's probably frustrated that you're not getting back to him, so message him already. Bye, Miss Envy. I hope that works for you and you can get some good sleep. I will see you tomorrow on your stream. I look forward, by the time when we start getting close to noon my time, I get antsy for your stream. So I will see you then. But yeah, the first prize winner was gonna get either a custom mosaic or a custom crochet piece from me, valued at, what did we say, Tim, like $50? And I haven't heard from him. That was a little while ago. Okay, this is a do as I say and not as I do moment. Unless you are very comfortable with your piece, don't do this. Here we go. Clean that up later. For those of you that missed me talking about it in the beginning, the bottom of my nippers are very soft and spongy, and so they make a good tool for like beating something into submission if it's just not going into place. Because as Adam Savage says, every tool's a hammer. So I sometimes get to that point where I'm just like, you know what? You're gonna go there. Smack, smack, smack. Let's see if I can get this one more piece in here. Anyone got anything fun and exciting going on tomorrow? I have a doctor's appointment to make sure that my doctor is happy with my medicine. Because we've just been tweaking. Yeah, I'm getting your emails, Tim, so that's working. I had just gotten on medication starting in September for anxiety, fibromyalgia pain, and then something to compensate, to boost my energy level and keep me going throughout the day, to compensate for the drowsiness that the first two drugs give me. And we've been playing around with dosages and stuff, and I think we finally nailed it, I think. So we're gonna just go in tomorrow and check and make sure everything's A-okay. Yeah, work stuff, YouTube stuff, stream stuff. Hey, you're the little bitch that poked into my thumb. Ah, there we go. All right. In case anyone's concerned for health reasons, you heard me. This does basically get washed before it's sent, so any like little remnants of blood that may be on my hand or dog hair or something like that, you basically wash it all away when you do the grouting and then the washing off process, so no need to be concerned. gives a different meaning though to, like, you know, your blood, sweat, and tears go into something. Literally. Okay, that's still, oh, that's still got a little edge on it. And I just cut it in half. Awesome. Oh, we'll find another one. This is the nitpicky, finicky stuff that drives me insane. That'll fit. I keep seeing the light shift in my room, and then I look up and remember I've left the TV on, and we have one of those Vizio smart TVs, so it's got like the screensaver on it that changes pictures every like 15 minutes or whatever. Oh, that's too big too. You know what? I am getting glue everywhere, and it's getting harder to work with the Band-Aid on, so I think that for tonight. Hello. I think I'm gonna call it. Since I don't think you guys were here at the beginning, I want to show you. I don't usually wear makeup at all, but I've started doing it for stream since it's basically a stage light pointed at my face. I have my little chibi Marvel comic shirt on, and Captain America's my favorite, so I've got like the red, white, and blue makeup going on. Red lipstick, which is very out of character for me. Still got our Christmas tree up. I think that's gonna come down because this table is gonna go back in that corner. Yes! He has America's ass after all. Yeah, we did back here, we had a love seat, and then we had one of those, and now I'm gonna say this and you're gonna give me crap for it, but it's what it's called. It's a love sack. And it's those like giant, huge, they're not even bean bags because they're filled with something else and I don't know what it is, but it had like faux chinchilla fur on the front. And I moved that out there, and it basically just turned into a giant cat bed and a place for me to put my jackets. So I decided, you know what, after we take the Christmas tree out, we've gone through all the hassle of moving the furniture around. Let's just put my art table back there. I do have a she cave. I don't have a she shed. I have a she cave down the hall that's got all of my art projects in it, and my sewing machine, and it's gonna have my glass grinder and my like soldering iron when I start doing stained glass again. But I like being out here because Lee sits right there, and we've got our TV and all our computers and stuff. So I think the table's gonna move back there, and that's where I'll stream from when I'm doing art projects. So before I let you go, want to do one quick thing. I did this yesterday and I wasn't happy with it, so I made a different one, but we're gonna take some time at the end of our day, for those of us in America, and just take some deep breaths. So if you can just calm down for a second, take a minute, let's do a little bit of breathing. So nope, that's not what I wanted to do. Do this, yes. I had to switch everything around because my one webcam stopped working. So I think that worked better. I thought the volume wasn't up, so I cranked it all the way up, and then I realized, no, you don't have your output set correctly. So, sorry if that got really loud for a second, but I'm happy with that. Did that sound okay on your guys' end? Was the graphic working okay? All that stuff. I want to use that for when hopefully if I just keep streaming for like 3 more days, I think I'm gonna make affiliate because yep, thank you Michael, appreciate it. By the way, is it Michael, is it Mike, what do you prefer? Super cool, good. Because I want to use that for one of my channel point redemptions. I want to do hydrate like a lot of people do because I don't drink enough water. I want to do stretch because I don't think we all get up and move around enough. I am the chief of sinners for sitting too long. And then I want to do the breathe, where we all just take a couple minutes and slow down from our day. I don't think we all do that enough. It seems like a common sense concept to like, oh, just stop and take a few deep breaths, but really when you actually stop and like slow down your day just for like 2 minutes and breathing, it resets you. Fuzzy and Fuzz. Okay, sounds good. I'm gonna call you Fuzzy, so that's fine. Glad you said that. So I want to add that into my stream, and then I also want to use it for, because I know I'm gonna get ragey with some of the games and need to like take a minute and get my focus back and just calm it down a little bit. I know Gary Whitta like has to stop sometimes and play his little Zen music. That's kind of where I got the idea, but so we'll do that. So I'm happy with the setup. I'm happy with the lighting. Happy, even though this is a crappier camera, it's still not doing too bad. So yeah, the channel's coming along. Like I said, I appreciate your guys' feedback when I asked for it, and helping me getting things figured out, and giving me a little bit of room to play around with settings and different layouts and get it the way I want to. This is going to be really fun. So if you want to come back tomorrow, my husband and I, probably around the same time, maybe around like 7 to 9, something like that, we are going to be building gingerbread houses that we didn't get to build over Christmas because I scheduled too much for us to do at home, and then we got lazy because we were tired of doing that stuff, and then we just forgot to do some things. So since the Christmas tree is still here, we have an Oreo gingerbread kit and we have an M&M gingerbread kit, and we're just gonna sit and, you know, chit chat, and hopefully there'll be people in chat. We can all talk together and have a good relaxing Wednesday evening to get over the midweek slump. So thank you guys for joining me. I appreciate you all. Give me a follow if you want to, and hit that notification bell, fam, or whatever the kids say, and I will see you guys tomorrow.